What's up? What you want to talk about? Unflattering lights. Whatever. It's me. Thumbing up for what? Thank you. I'm just sitting here. One pops in, pops out, and pops in and pops out. Should I just start counting seconds? Yeah, you popped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for the thumbs up. I'm just sitting here. Thanks for the support. Not talking about anything because no one's asking questions. More thumbs up. Thanks for the support again. Who just went onto an alt account? Just a thumb up. It's always a lurker just chilling, waiting for me to slip up. Should have thumb it up myself. Oh, I can't. Can't thumb it up. You know why I always like chill like this? Because I got a fat lip. So if I do this, it'll look smaller. I'm wolfing it. Now my beard's been way longer before. I don't mind like having a long beard. I just wasn't blessed with straight hair. So it's like scraggly. If I can get like a cool Viking beard, straight, Gandalf edition or something, sure, I'd rock it. But it's like scraggly. So I just cut it off. My hair is like up. But even that's curly. Why are you guys in here but you're not typing anything? Like, what's the point? Why are you even in here? Go live life. I'm not special. Yeah, you better leave. That way you can actually live and not waste your time here. But I guess the question is, why am I wasting my time here? Because I'm alone and miserable. And this is me crying out for attention. Not really. I don't deserve it anyway. Another thumb up. For what? Yo. So not, like, I'm not going to be able to listen to music like this because I'm just on my phone, chilling on the couch. with a box of shredded wheat or frosted mini wheat, whatever that is, behind me. You can see it. Oh, cool. But yeah, it's cool you could do all that engineering and stuff for music. If I could just play guitar really good like the do, I'd just play it all day. Like right now, I'd just be playing it on stream just to play it. Play and talk, play and talk. Or like Herman Lee from Dragon Force, he streams. Just play all day, just shredding it up. And go on my treadmill. The problem with that though is Araya. Okay. Well, I like when it's not matching genders. No, I'm just kidding. And then you got the Blood Sugar Sex Magic album cover for your thingy. It's pretty interesting. I've been studying music for many years, and I know that if you put some time into it, you will get. Yeah, that's the thing though. So like you started many years when you were younger. I'm 30. Oh, that's cool. So is it like Ryan, or is it still Ryan? Yeah, so like I'm 30, and nope. Okay, so just Ryan. Interesting. Pretty cool. Welcome to the No Life Nation of Ryan Reacts. I just don't have the patience or energy or thought process to like learn music. I mean, I bought a guitar to try to like learn. It's just too hard. I could run all day. I trained up to run marathons in pretty quick times. That's easier. Years of training on that's easier than guitar. My brain just doesn't compute. It's depressing. Ryan, how is spelled? The E is just there to confuse people and get them to come up with weird stuff. Rain. Renee. Ryan. Everything but Ryan. Cute. Very cute. Thanks, Mom, right? I don't know why my mother named me Ryan. And I couldn't ask her if I wanted to. Deck of cards were dealt. My daughter plays guitar. She's a Peppers fan and a Frusciante fan. I'm loving it. For sure, John is in my top three, maybe top two. This Velvet Glove, I learned just the intro, the real basic intro. Can't Stop. I'm 19 at the moment, and I started practicing music when I was 10 or 11 years old. I grew up with a family who plays music. And that makes total sense. You were in it. You started off when you were pretty much hitting double digits, and you stuck with it. John says to live of hell, my will as well. No one is waiting for me to fail, and I will share, or something like that. Yeah, I used to know like all the lyrics, but I had Anthony's face right there, but I got it lasered. I got, well, it's backwards, but ever wonder if it's all for you? The road I love, the trains I hop to be part of, the wave can't stop. Come and tell me when it's time to. It's backwards. There you go. There you go. I also had an autographed T-shirt from Anthony. His mother mailed it to me. We were MySpace friends, and after years, I broke the frame, and then I literally threw the shirt in the trash and threw it away. True story. My Twitter account still has a picture of the shirt. He even put my name on it. He put Ryan down the building. But yeah. Well, he was my idol. Like, I don't idolize any man anymore or woman. That sounded like sus, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't idolize human, but back then I did. When I was a Peppers fan since like really since '99. I mean, I was 9 years old. '03 came out, '02, '03 with By the Way, and I loved it. And then Stadium Arcadium, yeah, I threw it away. And then Stadium Arcadium came out, and I was 16, blew me away. And then just Anthony's life, I had his autobiography and read it, carried it around with me everywhere. Just my idol. Just wanted to live just like him. Um, yeah. And then I got older and realized like the sinister side of the band, and that's why I got the laser on one of them at least. Still kind of there, but yeah, whatever. Oh, and then someone asked about genres. Hold on. Oh, what kind of music genres do I like? Just metal. Really, I like rock, metal. Uh, I started getting into rap, but not like, how do I put it? So it has to be specific artist, but it's not for the enjoyment of like the beats or the anything like that. It's just the poetic side of the talent factor of writing, of saying words quickly or in interesting ways without stuttering, and while using the English language to just Minecraft people. Like, because growing up, I wasn't in the rap. But so, like, Eminem dropped Music to Be Murdered By, the first one, like last year, like, right a few months before COVID hit. So, like, around like New Year's of 2020. And people were hyping it up, and I'm like, let me check this out. Why not? This man's still doing it, and he's like almost 50. Let me see. And I'm like, whoa, okay, so he's crazy. And then I started listening to like other stuff to just get an understanding behind it, because I felt like I was always going against the grain my whole life. So if something was mainstream and popular, for the most part, I would intentionally avoid it and never give it a chance, right? And hearing a lot of stuff that I did hear just through passing, I'm like, yeah, this is all about sex, drugs, Xannies, stupid stuff like that. So I just totally disregarded it, and I totally like blocked out my hearing when it came to that, like even in passing. But then I'm like, okay, there's some artists that aren't rapping about that kind of stuff, and I kind of enjoy what the English language can bring as far as like people's mindsets and how they can articulate things, like Tech Nine and who else? I don't know, people that can like rap really quick, but then also like the words that come out, how they can create stories and make things rhyme, but it's not like, that's the thing too. I didn't understand it, so I thought it was complete rhymes, like, you know, car, uh, tar, char, maybe even though there's a ch instead of just flat, like, you know, pill, kill, dill, bill, lil, but then like chill, so that H is adding, but it's kind of like orange and door hinge. Even though like it's not a complete rhyme, it still rhymes in a certain way, like the way you enunciate words, kind of like it's illusionary. It's like an illusion. That is a that is a great but tough read. Hopefully you didn't get caught up with all the crazy stuff. Of course I did. I don't know how he's still alive. Because the ozone. So smart, she's leading him to ozone. Music, the great communicator, use two sticks to make it in nature. But or the children's bloody drinks keeps them anti-aged. It's unfortunate. Tony Flo, Antoine the Swan, Sir Psycho Sexy. I like the Empyrean, Unreachable, Central. I was like 18. I would always like hang out with my buddy and his girlfriend, right? And I would sleep over quite often, and I would just like put it on the TV speaker while they were upstairs doing whatever. But they never said anything about it. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm just loving this spiritual journey I'm going through, listening to this, and they're probably like, what is this bull crap? But I didn't have it that loud. And then his other stuff I kind of heard, but I wasn't really a huge fan. And then when he went off the deep end to what was it called, Switch something or Switch, I don't know, when he was using synthesizers to make bleepy bloopy kind of music, electronic stuff. I didn't get into it. I didn't even listen to it really. But look up David Simpson. Dave Simpson. I think that's his name, right? He plays guitar just like John. He even has tutorials for songs, but he wrote an album for John and it's called For John. And then a guy that knew John actually gave it to him and he took a picture of him holding Dave Simpson's album. That was the best day of his life. He idolizes John so much. He plays guitar just like him. Even he even has it so like when he plays, he'll get copyright strike because he matches the tone. It's crazy. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And that stuff yeah, like so when I was a teenager when I was really big into them. So being a teenager, I didn't really think about it. Like if I was like 15 years old and I was getting laid by a girl who was 18 or older, it's not as frowned upon. And no, I don't condone that at all. I do not condone that. I'm 30 right now, and it's not the point. I'm just saying that was a long time ago as far as my thought process when it comes to that. But when you idolize somebody and look up to them and you're that young, you don't see it like that because like it's not in society's mind, it's not thought about for like a 15-year-old to sleep with a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 13-year-old, 16-year-old, even 17-year-old. So it's just it didn't cross my mind, and my whole entire mindset was different back then when it came to like things. So it's honestly something I probably just read and didn't put too much thought into it. But then when I got older, I'm like, whoa, he's like 26, missing with like a kid. That's pretty messed up. Dave Simpson is yeah, health issues. What? Hold on, mental health issues. I mean, he doesn't seem like he has mental health issues just because like he's able to go places and do things. I mean, he went on that like what was the show he was on with the guitar guy, and the interview went fine. He didn't seem like yeah. He said he was super nervous, and it's understandable to be nervous, but he didn't freak out and run out or anything. He was there like chilling, and then he actually goes places. So unless he has like selective, I don't know. But getting back to Anthony, yeah, like messing with a kid. I mean, yeah, that's messed up. And then there was that rumor that he went on to uh, the island with Jeffrey Epstein and stuff like that. It's just a rumor that there was a list of people that went to that island, and he was like the last person on the list, but he was on there. So yeah, it's satanic, messed up stuff. Like it really is. And then like even just looking at the album cover, like blood, sugar, sex, magic. So you have sex and magic, you know, and then just like the tongues coming out, and then the rose, and then just the lyrical content. But again, it's stuff I overlooked growing up. I didn't, back then, like, and even it happens in society now, just everything being overly sexualized. But like the media wasn't that big, and then things just happen. You were just taught by whether it's friends, older brothers, uh, the internet in general, with like, inappropriate websites. Uh, it just was so normal that like it just seems like that was the cool thing to do and to talk about, and there was nothing like really shocking about it because everyone was involved with that kind of stuff. Being a teenager, getting into it, it was just so normal that it didn't feel wrong, if that makes sense. But then when I got older, I started to realize more. And then it's like, and that's why I got the laser, and that's why I stopped. Like, I'll still listen to the band here and there for nostalgia, certain songs, but I don't, and it's sad having to ask. I mean, it's like I was a diehard Chili Peppers fan. Even I got the laser on it, but one session, one of my most viewed videos, if not my most viewed, is me trying to burn it off. You can look at it. Put the spoon on the flame, put it there. Not even 2 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm done. And I still have it kind of subsided. Hold on. But it's still there. Like the scar, and it's kind of hard to see on the phone. Um, yeah, I'm like, dang it, why did I idolize this band? Why? That's the magic. And even the lyrics, like, I can't tell you who to idolize. You think it's almost over, but it's only on arrive. Calling and calling, blah, 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 blah. The song Easily. Um, that made me idolize because it's like, wow, like, it's that reverse psychology. It's voodoo. It's Hollywood or Hollyweird, whatever you want to call it. It's so sinister, and it's really destroying the youth. It's destroying people. It really is. I mean, may Jesus bless everyone, and but it's up to us to do what we got to do to expose it and be against it. And that's ultimately what my channel's about. But I don't claim it on the forefront. I let the seed sprinkles do the talking, and God will fulfill the increase. I just plant the seeds, period. But I have to be really careful with what I say and what I put on there. There was like, so I reacted to a corn video, and then like Angelina Jolie was on it, and I had my eye tracker, and I had it up for a second, and then like I deleted the video. I'm like, I can't have that on here. I just can't. I'll admit what I do wrong. I'll admit to my mistakes. I'll admit to my lusts and my temptations. I'm an open book for the most part, but it's just like people shouldn't be seeing that. And it really taught me a lot. Like the eye tracker doesn't lie. Like your eyes will, wherever your eyes look, it's going to show. So yeah, I'm not your ordinary guy, really. My mind is, because it's a war against flesh and, spirits and principalities. It's not like a physical war, it's a spiritual war, spiritual warfare. But like it's a constant struggle between flesh versus spirit. They're very lyrical, gifted in that way. I never idolize anyone that I'm aware of, but I do love Pepper music. I'm not using an eye tracker. Well, I mean, if you're a girl, like most likely, you would just maybe stare at Anthony's chest or something when he's running shirtless down freaking streets of LA or something. And I'm talking like, see, I don't even want to say it. Just like, you can imagine where people's eyes, mainly guys' eyes, wander to. I wasn't thinking about the Peppers. I was thinking of Angelina Jolie when I said that, but I didn't even know she was in that video, and I had to like do a double take. Like, is that Angelina? Like, what the heck? She's in a corn. And yeah, I said corn video, by the way, with a K. Not, yeah, like I don't watch that. Uh, the replace the K with a P. I was addicted for decades. It's I don't think Anthony. Okay, well, John. Well, I mean, because the being like the forefront of the band, they generally show the vocalist on every band more than they do any other musician, unless the vocalist is also the guitarist. And also, John's never really, well, I was gonna say he's never really shirtless. It's just like, it's anything. Like if someone walked in your room butt naked, your eyes are instantly gonna wander. It's just, it's automatic. Even you could repent right then and there, but you're gonna look, you know? That's it. Like your eyes are gonna go to like multiple places. It's probably gonna keep double backing, you know, up, down, up, and then it's like, ah, like what is this? Get out of here. Depending, you know. You just gotta. Corn scares me, man. He is so. He So you mean like Jonathan Davis or like the vocalist or like Brian the guitarist or Head or just yeah. He doesn't like I'm not scared of them, but growing up it was just they were eerie, they were creepy. But he had a messed up childhood. He was abused, he was molested multiple times. Just yeah, well whoever's yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jonathan Davis though. Yep. It's messed up. But at the end of the day, it made him who he is. He wouldn't be in that successful band. My God, that was so sad. Yeah, it really was. At the same time, though, like, you got to find Christ, you know, so he can use the gifts that God gave him to show his emotion and expression. But there has to be a point where the turning point happens where, like, Brian found Christ, but then he got out of it. Even, in fact, a few months ago, he posted how he's not big in on Christianity anymore. But he just made it seem like it's because of his fans just not adoring him because of that. So it's like he's rejecting Christ because of his fans, to keep his fans, to make them more happy than the only one that can truly save them. And I don't know what your belief system is. I don't know if you believe, but it's like if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for everything. And morally, I mean, I feel like if there was no God, then morals wouldn't exist. Because people will say like, and I say this a lot, but people will say like they don't need God. I'd lose my mind on anyone who messed with my daughter. See, that's what probably would get me thrown in the hell because like I go from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. I don't let that show and I try not to live like that. But like it's like giving me a reason to like obliterate somebody, if that makes sense. It's like give me a reason and that'd be the reason. And it wouldn't even necessarily have to be just my daughter. It could be like someone I know's daughter. It would just give me a reason. Like, well, see you in hell. I'm gonna do this kind of thing. As aggressive and as messed up and also probably as humbling as it sounds, it's just like holding all this anger inside of me all these years, all this depression. It's like, give me a reason to just let it all go. All of it. My whole entire existence. For that one very moment to strike upon one of those people, animals. I'd so I gotta watch what I say. I should obliterate, but I'd also pretty but I'm otherwise pretty when killed. Depression is a beast. Animals are good. No. I'm saying like those people, those rapists are animals, and it's sad because I'm otherwise pretty when. Where does the even go? I mean, anxiety scares me more than depression. Being afraid to go outside half the time. I know not because of some virus or whatever, even not when. Okay. Like, it's just, you literally, and as far as reality goes, as far as eternity's sake, you're one breath away from death, as far as how long your lifespan is. Even keeled? Gotcha. I mean, I never really heard the term keeled, like maybe like keeled over and died. Like to keel over, that's how the only way I've heard keeled. Unless you're saying killed. I don't know. It's all good. We can move on from that comment if you want. But yeah, compared to eternity, I mean, our life is a vapor. So that's what scares me, like knowing that I'm gonna meet my maker one day, and if I die prematurely and meet my maker, it's like, dang it, there's a boat part. Okay, I don't know anything about boats. I'm sorry. I'm black. We don't swim. No, I'm kidding. I could swim though. Just not do any like Michael Phelps crazy stuff. Keeps you sailing smooth. Cool. The more you know. Learn something new every single day. Shave this off in the next. I'm about to shave on stream. No, I'm kidding. Shave another time though. Oh, 6 likes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Whoever's still in here. Drift away from everyone you can. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Summertime backwards. Maybe later we could share some air. We can walk through Leicester Square. What could be wetter than an English girl, American man? Hello, my daughter is half black and she's a surfer, skater, paddleboarder, also super brainy. Sounds awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, people don't know what I am. I don't even know what I am. I mean, I do, but I don't. If that makes sense. Yeah, Emmett, exactly. Summertime backwards. Do 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 do. I like the alternative version to Desecration Smile, and I like Bunker Hill a lot too. Man, me and my ex, like when I was 17, we would just jam the Peppers all day, and she wasn't even really a fan, but she was still jamming with me, if that makes sense. I had the Slain Castle DVD. I ended up buying it at a store called FYE or For Your Entertainment. Cool store. And I would just put it on all the time and just watch it all the time. I memorized the lyrics to every song back then, and talking to his mother on MySpace was super cool. She gave me that T-shirt because Everly was turning 2, and she said whenever he came to visit, she would have him sign a T-shirt. And yeah, and she sent me this personalized note. It was super cool. I used to keep BS, yeah, Blood Sugar Sex Magic on CD on repeat in my truck, and it was like a friend on the way to the beach every day. Seriously, I had Californication album. I bought Sam Arcadium album. Didn't own BSSM. Didn't own Mother's Milk. Didn't own Freaky Styley. Didn't own uh, One Hot Minute. And then their newer stuff too. Like I'm With You. I liked. I didn't like that album. I was thinking like Josh Klinghoffer just didn't do it for me. Just didn't do it for me. And it's disrespectful, but not really, because I was a diehard fan. But like Dark Necessities, I can't even. What was it? The Great? It's the Great something. I couldn't even tell you the name of that album. Peggy on MySpace. I have all the old stuff on cassette. Yeah, Peggy Adama. We talked all the time. All the time. The, the Getaway. See, that's how much I'm out of touch. But I'm looking forward to the new album because John's back. Period. Period. That's his guitar. Like Hendrix was like, "We're not done with this style guitar. John, you take the reins." Hmm. I mean, I was so obsessed I was gonna name my daughter Danny. And then I knew a girl named Danny. And then like I wrote her a poem. Don't ask. How my life is just has it spiraled into. Once you know you can never go back, that's pretty much what it is. I woke up and I can't go back to sleep, so I'm just miserable. The end of the world's coming one day. How am I supposed to feel this way as a Christian? But just that fear. Charlie's making me smile. I gotta fake a smile. But really, it's like I have an underbite. So, yes, I still have all my teeth. I still have my wisdom teeth too, and I've had problems with them for like 2 years now. But I'm not gonna get them pulled because they're not gonna treat me because I don't wear a mask. But that's the irony, isn't it? Because you have to take your mask off in order to get the dental treatment. Like, but I self-medicate, brush, coconut oil. After I got out of the army, I've been just playing mom. Oh, so you're in the army. That's pretty cool. I did a senior portrait session, and then I ended up photographing her a few more times. But she'll be shipping tomorrow. It's crazy. Fort Jackson. Wondering what life is all about. Right. Well, it's about going back to your creator. It's about not being separated from God. I don't believe that. Fort Hood, gotcha. I got myself kicked out of Relaxing Jackson back in '08. People used to call me Obama when I didn't have the beard. I've always had a beard though, for the most part. Since I was like 15, I was able to grow a beard. But I'll just keep it cut. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. So I got myself kicked out of basic. I still remember some of the people. It's an experience I'll never forget. Within 3 weeks, I knew I didn't want to do it. But they made me stay like pretty much the whole 9 weeks, and they could put me in out processing and flew me home. Well, I wonder how life would have been if I would have stayed. My son has 3 chin hairs and is clean. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. No, I definitely had a beard. I used to just rock the chin strap though. Like I would just have it like from here down and around, and then it wouldn't even connect here. I would just shave all this and just keep the chin strap. But then that looked really weird, so I just let it all grow. I wish I can get the full like, on point sleek, nice beard. It's like the whole beard and no like patches. But it's my genetics. I used to be in such good shape too, running marathons. My body was chiseled. I still got pictures. Actually, my channel, if you just go to the origins of my channel, you can see me shirtless and crazy. Don't do it. Just saying. I don't watch TV at all. I watch YouTube. I constantly research stuff. I constantly like I was a photographer and I still am, but did photography for like 4 years, and all I would do is watch YouTube, just research new equipment, and then I would just not necessarily watch music videos, but like if they were on, I would put them on. But I was always looking for new bands to check out, new music to listen to. I followed a strict routine of like eating healthy, like my whole life. I lie, not my whole life, but my whole like early 20s. It feels like my whole life. Like from like 23 to like 28. I just ate healthy, and I still have. Here, look at my Gatorade shrine. Hold on. Can I zoom this in? Put on Gatorades, and then I got look at all those things of honey over there. I got like 10 apple cider vinegar, all types of stuff. Here's my foot massager. Love those shoes. Super Gatorade. Look at that. That's not even. Let me get up. Gosh. Here's my dumbbells, adjustable. Gatorade Central. And then I got this Maranatha honey. Or not honey. My honey's over here. But it's just almonds. Like, it's literally the only ingredient. Look. Excuse me. Hard to see. It just says roasted almonds. Yeah. But look. Don't mind the kids like tore up the walls. Super waters. PlayStation box. But yeah, super honey. There's a big one. I mix them in my smoothies. Pure and raw and filtered. Mad protein powders. The only one that's open is this one. These are all shut. Apple cider vinegar. Blender. Gatorade one more time. And then complex carbs. Yeah, I gotta clean up. I'm lazy. Oh, this is actually protein powder. Don't worry. A 50-pound bag of almonds right now, and I'm trying to decide. Crush them up. You literally, or make almond butter. Organic. Mad blue corn tortillas. 3 bags here. Another bag there. Regular ones. Popcorn. Another bag. It's actually the same bag. Whatever. More Gatorades. Can't live without them. Sauce out the wazoo. Sauce out the wazoo. It's like it's filled. Like if I move this, I can't even move it. There's like so many more back there. I can't even freaking get it now. More. Yeah, I don't care if it's generic sauce. I don't care. It's good. Let's see. It's one of my smoothies here. Almond milk's out the wazoo. All closed. Pico de gallo. So much junk. Too much film. Like this deep freeze, I don't even want to open up. Because there's too much. Banana Central. Yeah. Another Gatorade in the frickin' treadmill, not even open. I love this treadmill, you just go. There's no, I mean, there's this. Yeah, man, I could see in your eyes that you feel really lonely, depressed, but friend, don't give up. You're a king. Bro, Jesus is king. I'm just a dude. I mean, Ryan stands for little king. I'm not no king, bro. I'm just a bro. Just like you. I'm a wretched sinner, just like you, bud. So it's battery powered as far as the screen. But the treadmill itself, it's all you. Never mind. All right, Felix. I appreciate it. Take care, bud. May Jesus Christ bless you anyway, man. May Jesus Christ bless you. If it's F me, that's fine. F me! I can claim that all day. It's all good. Take care, Felix. Leave me a thumbs down, by the way. I'm the depressed one, but he's saying F me. Who's really depressed? Put that mirror up, buddy. Alright, enough bad juju. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed, but it feels like forever. Forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. Alright, back to laying down. More Gatorades. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed, but I'm cool with that. I didn't even mean to delete the message. I just meant to put the user in a timeout, you know. I don't need that in here. Check out the Inside of Emptiness album. Okay. Sure. Gotcha. I'm trying to think of the one album. I forget. It's like a white album cover, and maybe he's on the front. I don't remember. Let me go and look. It's gonna like I'm still streaming, but it's gonna like pause it. Yeah, it was Shadows Collide and Curtains. Read the Christian mystical classic from the 16th century called sorry, it's because the comment will like disappear. Dark Night of the Soul by Saint John of the Cross. You can get a cheap copy on Amazon. Translation by Piers. Or why not just read the Bible again? That's really all you need to read. Remind me, post that, because I could screenshot it. Hold on, let me just screenshot. I'll look later, but I'll screenshot it. Boom. Okay. And then we'll just save the screenshot. Alright, screenshot it. Inside of Emptiness is one of my faves. Jessica Line Curtains are super good. Yeah, I checked out Curtains, but I don't know exactly which songs. I know I didn't hear them all. I heard a few and I was like, okay, this is cool, but let me go back to the Peppers. Just something about like his guitar work. Like it seems like he does more. I don't want to say he just does more acoustic in his solo stuff, but it's very more or less centered towards like. I mean, obviously it's solo because I was gonna say him, but like, it's so hard to explain. It's like he's focusing more on like creating the songs rather than just like piggybacking off of like Chad and Flea and then just focusing just on guitar. He has to like come up with the lyrics, how to sing the vocal. Not saying he doesn't sing in the Peppers, but It's like there's other weight that is being pulled by the other band members to where he could just focus on shredding. Miranda Ladies is super raw and honest. Okay. I mean, it'd been crazy. Like if Hillel Slovak never passed, I think the entire world would be different. That just sounds so crazy because of one guy passing. It would have changed just music. Like the Peppers really revolutionized a lot of like future bands. Oh, John's first album, gotcha. That's pretty cool. One second. Back. Still here? Or did you dip? Made it to another day. Hillel had the pass in order for John to become what he is. Sounds sad, but yeah, Hillel was good, but not ever make it to John level. Yeah, I get it. The band would have been different. I don't just mean like would the band be better. I just mean how the world would have changed just because like bands are heavily influenced on or people, societies are very influenced on what bands do and what comes out. That's all I meant by it. I'm not saying like, Hillel would have surpassed them. John is just a prodigy. Prodigy, I said prodigy. Prodigy. Like dyslexia kind of, but not really. Um, yeah. I mean, I even have like, yeah, I have a guitar upstairs. Actually, I have two. I have a Fender, and then I have a Jackson. The Jackson's better, but I can't play. I just would love to just play. Yeah, I'm following you. John is another level. Yeah, he's ridiculous. But it's not even just because he can play good. It's he composes the stuff. He composes it. It's one thing to be a copy machine and like, if I learned how to play Pepper songs, it wouldn't make me a good guitarist. It would just make me a good copy machine. He composed it, and it's just the raw emotion and especially nostalgia because like it was great when it came out, but it's so timeless that you appreciate the creation. You just appreciate it. Not just like, wow, he's good at playing guitar, but like he was good at like putting your mind on another plane of existence kind of thing. Just the sheer talent, just the emotion, just getting you through dark times in your life and just growing with you as you're growing into a person. Like I'll always be ever so grateful for that. For the band themselves specifically, but John was he was more than the glue. He was the force. He was the force. I mean, don't get me wrong, Flea's amazing. It's just I'm more into guitar than I am bass. But I like the bass lines, the bass riffs, the funky, just boom, 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 just the bass. Like I can't explain it. It goes well with it, but just something about hearing that guitar tone and just, just does a lot of crazy stuff to the ears, to the mind, to I guess you could say to the soul, to the spirit, whatever. But one interesting song that I like the song, especially the chorus, but like around the world just sounds like the time signatures like it's off timing. Like the way it goes with the other instruments and the vocals, it doesn't make sense, but it's cool. That's like the only song that stands out to me that just doesn't make sense. And even during the other parts, it just continues that the whole song basically. But like Snow is a hard song to play, I've been told. But it's just he created that. Like all these songs he just creates. It's just insane. Even just Danny California in general. The solos he does in the songs. And then Chad's awesome too. I mean it's just they were made for each other to make music like that. They just were. It's insane. I know I keep on saying it's insane, but it's insane. Because I'll hear people like they'll say their top 10 or 5 guitarists, and like I'll listen and I'm like, okay, he might be a technically better player as far as understanding guitar and stuff, but he's not a he's not a more soulful player, if that makes sense. I've clung to John's music lately for dear life lately. Life has been throwing me lately. Snow is beautiful. He said it's a rip off of a Hendrix song, but it's only similar in my ear. Sure, like Mary Jane's Last Dance or whatever is like Midnight. A lot of songs are ripped from other songs. Like, or was it Mary? Like Danny California was ripped too. A lot of songs were ripped. But I guess growing up not knowing that, you kind of just correlate it with that specific musician. Because I'll do that with metal bands. I'm like, wow, this band sounds like that band, even though the other band came out first. Let's get some Mary Jane. It does, like the beginning. It does sound like it. But no, Midnight sounds like Bittersweet Symphony. Do 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 do. But then Midnight's like do 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 do. It's just a different tempo, but it sounds similar tone. Just Midnight's just slowed down. Or is that Bittersweet Symphony? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Bittersweet Symphony. Do 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 do. Yeah. John is funny. He'll say he ripped off this and that. I never really heard it. But even if he rips stuff off, he still composes though. Like the bedroom lick? Come on. Come on. Even the song like Mellow Ship Slinky on B major, it's just so funky, even with the bass. So good. And like even the song If You Have to Ask, you'll never know. A mellow, yeah. Got a mellow ship, got a fellowship. Just so good. Even the solo. See, and Flea was never supposed to play bass. He was told to, or asked to. But he's still a beast with the trumpet too. And I guess what piano also. I don't know. And we can talk about Peppers all night. But then, like, what happened with me was after I started learning more about the music industry, Funky Monks, yeah. Like with the whole music industry thing, I then started to like cross over into like new metal. So of course we brought up Korn, but then also like Disturbed, System of a Down, and bands like that. Avenged Sevenfold. Then I started switching over to metal. John's musical abilities were peak in BSSM. Too bad the drugs messed him up. Still a good musician, but just not the same. I don't know. Stadium Arcadium was so like that guitar work, freaking torture me. So, like it's so crazy. And then what else? Turn It Again. So sick. Wet Sand. Sheesh. If anything, the drugs made them better. I mean, I'm never gonna like. I'm kidding, because I don't want people to actually, if they ever do watch this, they go to 1 minute and six or 1 hour 6 minutes and 10 seconds, give or take, and then see them like Ryan reacts says drugs are okay because it makes you better. No, I'm not saying that. It's just you never know. I mean, in terms of theoretical complexity, sure. I guess I can agree. Cause yeah, like you didn't hear other stuff like that back then. Period. Dave Navarro wasn't doing it. Nirvana wasn't doing it. Although they're equally respective in their own right for their musicianship, John was just on another level. So I get it. It's like John hit a peak and then, it sounds good, but it's just he was still great. Yeah, exactly. But you're saying it wasn't intricate, it wasn't unique. Like he wasn't doing anything that was like whoa. Even though it was whoa, but it wasn't like creating like the next slice of bread, if that's a stupid example. But yeah, just something brand new. Something brand new. Bringing something very new to the table. I'm just so glad to have so many songs from John Soilwork and the Peppers. Pretty much. I mean, you can always listen and go back to it. It's going to help you. I mean, if life's giving you curveballs, I can relate because although I seem like I'm relaxed, I am on the inside and partially on the outside, just trying to just keep on the little bit of sanity that I have left. And I'm not just saying that figuratively, I mean literally. Like, I feel like I'm losing it, losing my mind, losing my sight. Different band. And I know like we're all going through our own trials, tribulations, struggles. Sounds like you're an older individual than me in Metallica, but it wasn't Metallica. It was Papa Roach, Last Resort. Um, we can also go there. Yeah, I don't know too much about Metallica. I like Nothing Else Matters. Of course, Master of Puppets, because that's about drugs, which it's sad. I didn't know that until this year, and I've heard the song many years ago. I literally thought it was like the devil just pulling strings, which I guess it kind of is, but I didn't think about it as drugs because like I would hear titles and I would hear songs, but I never like divulged into the lyrics all like that until I started watching reaction channels and getting their take, and then actually where they pause and put stuff backwards. And I never really listened to that much Metallica at all. So it's just one of those things. Or Megadeth or any of those types of metal. One has lyrics about losing sight, and I thought one was just about war. And I knew about that song because of Guitar Hero. But it was funny. So when I was in basic training, they literally played just the part. That was it. Like we were standing there in cadence, like outside, and waiting for like the where they say the Soldier's Creed and all that stuff, like in the morning. It was just literally through like the loudspeaker, and then it stopped. And that was the only music I've heard in basic at all for those 9 weeks. That was the only line. And I don't think anyone else, I'm sure maybe other people might have identified it or recognized it, but no one talked about it. I just heard it and didn't say anything about it. But I'm like, what the heck? Like, then again, because people really couldn't express themselves that much because, say one thing, everyone, the whole line's getting smoked. One is about war and dude got messed up and losing sight and mind and hands, and then a grenade blow him up. I don't know. It's deep. Deep song. And just that guitar work. So if I can play guitar as good as I can hum it, I'd be good. I'd be ready. Do 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 do. Wait, Brandon, I heard RHCP sold their songs 150 million. What do you mean sold their songs? What? I like shooting all the big guns. I didn't fire a single shot, okay? I was the clip boy. I was putting the freaking rounds inside the clips. I'm sorry to like disappoint you. No, it's because what the heck is that a piece of hair or is that a spider? Scared the crap out of me. Um, because they knew I was getting discharged, so they took my weapon from me. Yeah, they did sell the rights for 100. To whom? To Warner? To Rick Rubin? So that means all those songs are done for, and that's why they're starting over. So they don't own their own. So that's weird. And then why? Why would they sell the rights to put in like you don't hear it on movies? Like what's the point? Who would buy it? If you had 300 mil, would you spend half of it on the songs? What would you do with it? Shoot, YouTube, just listen to it. Shoot, buy the albums, whatever. Did not hear about that. Yeah, no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like, what's the point? Oh, you don't know. I mean, they were already millionaires. How much? Like, listen, if I had a million, I'd be chill. I live 30 years broke. I can live another 30 broke and be dead. If I had a million, I'm cool until I'm dead. Sheesh, what do you need all that money for? I mean, I have money, but I don't have money. Like, I don't have money, but I have money. Like, sheesh. I must have sold it to the devil for that price. What's the point? What is it? Like, oh. I was like, what the heck? Just looking at the camera while I'm looking. Like a bleach spot or something. Even I just got the shirt. John said in an interview that he didn't feel like the songs were his. In the Gatorade. You're funny. Hey, I don't know. I stopped following. Like I even had the Me and My Friends little documentary with I don't remember their photographer's name because I threw that book away a long time ago too. But that was a crazy book with all the pictures. And being a photographer, yeah, it'd have been crazy being their photographer because like he didn't get on the tour bus with them all like that. He would drive from place to place and just take the pictures. Like he'd be in one city and then he would have to travel to the next one and be there just to get the like, dude, we just seen you at the last show. Yeah, well, we're just taking your pictures. Like, that's insane. And then Blackie, Anthony's dad, I guess, wrote a memoir or something biography. I didn't check that out. I don't even know if he actually did. Like, I went from like 100% on board to like trickling to nothing, and years went by. I did photography too, not really of people. Gotcha. Yeah, I was doing it more or less for like money, for like making a living. Shot a lot of weddings, senior portraits, etc. Um, so I pretty much had to shoot people because buildings weren't paying me. Yeah, it's called King of Sunset Strip. Gotcha. That's crazy. Pretty wild. Flea with his music conservatory thing, and he had those flea bases. It's pretty cool. I like that blue and orange one. So yeah, I got in the metal and I replaced RHCP with KSE, Kill Switch Engage. Flea's memoir is good. I heard about it. Uh, I used to be a huge RHCP fan. Don't know what really happened. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know. But yeah, I got like I was showing her earlier, and then like a few other tattoos. I'm not gonna show them again though. Acid for children. Yeah, yeah, I'm good on that. I'm not touching no more drugs. I've been sober. Haven't touched weed in over 6 years. Haven't had a sip of beer in over 6 years. Haven't had cigarettes in 8 years. Over 8 years now. Done with all that. My brain's too messed up anyway, and gotta have that sober like mind for the Lord. Do I get tempted? Yes. I appreciate that. Do I get tempted? Yes. Do I ever get tempted enough to where I'm gonna like actually do it? No. Like it's just the thought. It's like more than nostalgia. Like I had a lot more fun in life when I was getting high on weed and psychedelics and stuff, but I've also had a lot of bad times, and just best if I just stay sober and just enjoy life sober. Make a life where you don't need a vacation from, but it's hard. It's hard. It's actually not about acid for children. The title came from a song, but he does talk about his drug use and his. I might read it then. Yeah, I didn't want to get like PT. I didn't want to get any flashbacks like reading about that. This is my last Gatorade. You guys wouldn't understand the pun if you're not a Killswitch fan, but so my last serenade, that song, but it's like this is my last serenade. I feel you so far away, but people would make jokes like this is my last lemonade, this is my last hand grenade, this is my last Gatorade. I just made that up. He reads it to you on audiobook. That's crazy. So it's not even a hardback or like a ebook or something. That's crazy. And Research Gator was created UF. Sure. Yeah, people ask me about which I like Howard because he's black. No, like I prefer Jesse, not to be like reverse racist. No, like so growing up, I didn't really know who the band was. I played Guitar Hero. They had My Curse in it. Didn't really. That's when I was really getting into metal for the most part, anyway. And years went by. So in 2013, when Disarm of Descent came out, that's when I officially got into the band. When Jesse came back, and I just been a fan ever since. And then I even backtracked, and listened to more of Howard's stuff, listened to Jesse with the first two albums back in the early 2000s, and yeah, I'm hooked. I like them both. I was so confused who Jesse was. Oh yeah, the singer of Killswitch Engage, the original, and then now the current, because Howard spent a good several years after Jesse left, and then when Howard left, Jesse came back. But yeah, it's like people are gonna think I like Howard because he's black over Jesse because he's white. I read the comment. I'm track. No, I like them both. I like. I think Howard has more range. He's more professional when it comes to vocals. But I like Jesse's sheer raw emotion in his voice. I think Jesse has a better scream, but his cleans are also awesome. But I think Howard has a better clean voice. Like he has more range. CM Punk from WWE's Killswitch, that was my favorite theme as a kid. See, I didn't know that. And then it's cool because the Signal Fire features both of them in the latest album. And then not only is Times of Grace bringing out a new album like next month, but Howard and his band Light the Torch just came out, just dropping too. It's okay. So if you want to check out Killswitch, I have to, I must say, check out My Curse first. And preferably, if you don't like screams as much, check out the official music video because it's like an alternative version that has less screams for radio friendly play. My Curse. And then if you like that, then kind of dive in. But you just, the thing about the screams though is every song will have cleans and screaming for the most part. Sometimes maybe more singing than screams, etc. Yeah, write it down right now, I promise you. My Curse. Official video though, and then you'll also no thanks, Jeff. I'm not gonna listen to them. I've heard of them, but yeah, if it's just blatant stuff, like trust me, I've listened to grind. Okay, Slipknot's heavier. Slipknot is heavier, even though Slipknot's not a heavy band. Slipknot's more enraging. Killswitch is more metalcore, light. Like, put it on now. I'm telling you, just put on My Curse right now, if you can. I don't know if you're on your phone watching me, or if you're on your computer, or if you have a other form of media. Just put on My Curse. The intro is gonna just suck you the heck in, and then the vocals. They're more metal, melodic now. Great band. Yeah, but see, with a name like that, though, I just couldn't. Yeah, no, not to judge a book by its cover, but no, I'm not gonna listen to something called Rotting Christ. Come on, like it's like Behemoth and all these other bands. Like, if a band has imagery of Satanism, white face paint, like black metal, and if they're blatant about it, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, it just doesn't. Even it doesn't matter how cool the guitar sounds or how cool the drums sound or even how cool the shrieks are. It's just the lyrical content, even though in a lot of cases it's kind of hard to understand. And that's being a metalhead, and I can understand a lot of screams. There's no substance in that because it's just very distasteful towards God, towards Jesus Christ, to where like, no, I don't need that. But I have listened to a lot of random bands growing up. I've listened to like Cannibal Corpse and Deicide and Sepultura and black metal bands. They don't have face paint or Satanism. Their lyrics are usually just Song 66 is the book of Revelations. Yeah, but they have the title of the band, Rotting Christ. It doesn't sit well. It just doesn't sit well, bro. It just doesn't. Like, I can go without them, I promise you. I know I'm just saying I don't listen to Cannibal Corpse anymore. I know like their album covers are disgusting, and but the fact is, I'm saying it's not like I don't give things a chance, but it just doesn't do anything for me. And if I'm not gonna like Cannibal Corpse anymore, I'm definitely not gonna like Rotting Christ, or I mean the most extent is like Cradle of Filth, and that's only a few songs. So don't turn away from that song. It's super good. Oh, speaking of weird titles, one of the songs on, well, it keeps on cutting the chat, so I got to keep clicking. On Inside of Emptiness. If I just hold it, that's pretty cool. Is called 66. It's the timestamp of the music, not about God or Lucifer. Yeah, but even that just, so if I was a song creator, I wouldn't have a song titled that. Like, maybe if it was like Abolish 666 or something, maybe. But even at that, I just wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Have you ever heard the song Faith? I've heard of Ghost, and even that with the whole face paint thing. And trust me, again, that's why I bring up these other bands I've listened to, because I've heard a lot. I've listened to stuff, but even like Ghost with the upside down cross as the T, although it might technically sound cool, I just gotta watch what I listen to, bro. That's all. I just gotta watch what I listen to. I mean, I'm just selective. And again, like I mentioned it before, but music, it just, I mean, even Killswitch Engage isn't a Christian band, but they have a lot of lyrics that are just positive, you know? Like, screw the system, better yourself, you can get through this. You like Slipknot, or is that a little too much imagery? Um, I like Stone Sour. As long as you're selective and aware, you can filter out the bad stuff. That's why. Yeah, I don't even watch TV or movies. And not even just because of the bad stuff, but because it just, I have one life. I would do other things instead of watching a movie in the allocated point of time. I'd rather sleep to rejuvenate my energy so I can get on my treadmill and kill it. I don't know, it's John. I've learned to just let go with it because he's very spiritual and all about the dimensions, but 66 should have been called the drip. The drop? Sure, I mean the drop into the abyss. I don't know. It's because like even demons are spiritual. You know, you got to be more specific on spirituality. Even the demons know Christ exists, but they just choose to like rebel against him. So getting back to Slipknot, like the nostalgia I like. So like Duality and Vermilion and Wait and Bleed or whatever stuff like that. It was cool being that that I didn't hear Chevelle's new CD. I haven't listened to too much Chevelle. Like growing up, I was like one of those black emo kids that you would see, like the racist people didn't like black people, but they were cool hanging around me kind of thing. Straightening my hair. I had snake bites. My ears are still like I had double zeros. I let them shrink, but you see the hole there. But yeah, I let them. Actually, I had them in twice, and that was just the mall rat hanging around the Hot Topic scene girls with the hair and having fun times. Then and yeah, I would go on a Hot Topic and then like see all the Slipknot shirts, and I would just see what it was about and stuff like that, and thought it was interesting. But no, I don't just you look more white than black. No offense. I mean, none taken. My dad's actually mixed and my mother's white, so that's why like I mean I'm mixed. I'm not like, but to a white like on an average thing to a white person I'm black, and then to a black person I'm just confused. So I didn't get along with either really growing up, like in elementary school, middle school. It wasn't until like the end of middle, well, not even that. It wasn't until like I guess high school. Well, then he was in drugs. He said it was just bad spirits taking him through that. When he was off drugs, he says good spirits are guiding him. So however that works. I mean, I get drugs. Drugs are bad in K South Park. I mean, sure. I don't know. If he's hanging around Anthony too much, he's dabbling with those little kids too. Or at least knows about it and doesn't expose it. It's a tough thing. Selling your soul. That's a thing. That's a misconception. You really can't sell your soul because it doesn't belong to you. But you can use your time to live like the devil. I mix too, but not with black. I understand that not being accepted thing. Yeah, and then Araya Post is mixed too. So yeah, we're the mixed squad. It's not even just because of like skin color. It's more or less my personality. I always sat in the shadows lurking and watching and observing people. So I got to understand like the human condition and people talking crap and all this about each other. So I stayed very reserved. So I didn't fit in because I didn't want to talk like them, walk like them, act like them. And that goes for both white and black people. But I really had a thing for like goth scene emo girls, and then even guys, but not had a thing for, but I was able to like, because I'm not gay or I'm not bi or anything like that, but it's like I just got along with them is what I'm trying to say. I just like that, punk emo like being screw the system, but also screw your own parents and rebellion and just having fun and being wild and goofy. And you think New Pepper's music is going to be good? Wait, so she said, I'm white, son is black, daughter is mixed, hubby is black. Cool. You wanted some chocolate in your life, yeah. You think New Pepper's music is going to be good? With John, I think Anthony's going to sound like an old man, but because even like I watch interviews with him talking, and it's like, oh, he's getting the old man voice. No, but John's gonna make it. He's gonna make it happen. I never liked the idea that certain races had to act a certain way or like specific things. It's the dumbest thing. Yeah, because like I've had people would say like, "Wow, you're the whitest black guy I ever met," and then there would be other black people that like were like emo and stuff, and people would then they would comment saying people told them the same thing too. So we were just in this clumped up category, and I'm not even talking about mixed people. I'm talking about like straight like black, like Ethiopian black, but likes metal. Maybe has the one side of his lip pierced, maybe an eyebrow pierced or something. Maybe like his hat backwards. He just doesn't seem to care about things outside of music. John has an adult girlfriend. I don't know. It's taking Anthony's taste, but hopefully he isn't. I mean, he has to be okay with it because he's like, bro. If I had friends that I knew did that kind of stuff, I wouldn't be their friend. I don't even care if I was in a contract with them with music. One of us is getting kicked out of the band. One of us is going to jail. I wish more black people today were in rock and roll. They were the founding fathers. And that's the funny thing. Like, see, the world's so backwards. Like, so the best rock stars are black, but the best rapper is white. But like, you have to be black to like rap, and you have to be white to like metal or rock. Or it's hilarious. I mean, Hendrix was a fiend, a freaking fiend. And then Eminem, mean like him putting the devil horns up and screw this and screw that. He's still a heck of a rapper. I mean, just and I don't even like rap, and that's telling. But I don't hate rap. Like I was explaining before, it's just like I appreciate being able to use the English vocabulary and words and reading the whole dictionary to make things go crazy. My son is 6'4" and dark skinned and listens to rock, and his basketball team calls him white boy. Exactly. Yeah, it's a weird society. What's up, Moad? Now we got the whole team in here. He retracted his message. He meant to put sup, but he's so focused on System of a Down, he put SOAD and looked like he'll wake up typing that like sewed SOAD. He'll drink like whenever he sneezes, sewed System of a Down, Sarchenkian. Just name the lead singer Darren. He'll just sneeze saying System of a Down lyrics. Wake up, grab a brush. Can't even do it. Tried to sneeze saying grab a brush, put on a little makeup. That's just the way to keep putting us into subcategories. The establishment tells us what we're supposed to like and act. Exactly. Plastic lips, plastic butt, plastic chest, I'll say to be more polite. Makeup. I think Anthony is what made me drift from. See, Anthony is what drew me to the band. Just because like growing up, I was so inspired. Like I was showing earlier. I got Anthony's face tattooed on me, but I got it lasered off, so it's mostly gone. But then just John's guitar work and everything, like the whole band as a whole. But Anthony, I wanted to live that crazy rock star, wild, getting the girls, having fun, maybe doing drugs. I was gonna overdraw my bank account just to get a plane ticket to go to California, because he had a free kind of like I forget what it was. I don't even remember what it was, but I was gonna go to it. Uh when he introduced me to his friends as his mom, they never believed him. Oh yeah, that's funny. That's how it is. Like same with my mother when I was younger. People thought people didn't think that was my mother. And I have four sisters and they're all white because we got different dads. But I also have a half brother that I never met in real life, but we spoke on the phone and then like on Facebook. But he's black because like, well, even though our dad's black, or our dad's mixed. His mom's black, but like he just looks black. It's interesting. Do you know SOAD has a part of Middle East music in there? I mean, you can hear it. You can definitely hear the inspiration, Moad. How many times is AK gonna say California on the new album? All of them. I love Soad, saw them twice, met Serge twice, and John once. Got to talk to John and his brother too, and spoke with John's father. So by John, you mean for Shanti? Because you said you love System of a Down. So you saw, is there a guy, I don't know if there's a guy named John in System, but I'm assuming you're talking about. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I only know Darren and Serge. You didn't meet the drummer, he's a robot. You met an AI system. There's a literal conspiracy about him being a freaking robot. Yeah, Shavo, yeah, Shavo. I just forgot. Yeah, he's a dude with he's the crazy goatee, braided goatee. Right. I just forgot his name. Yeah. My mom's family is from Lebanon. John was born there, so I spoke with his dad in Arabic. That's pretty cool. Interesting. I've had someone ask me if my son was kidnapped. Karen was not very nice and wanted to make me a monster. I was not happy about having to explain things like to my son. He was like 3. Oh my gosh. These freaking Karens. These Ken dolls and Karens. Darren Dad from Iraq, I think. Sure. I don't know. Yeah, this whole race war and all this stuff. It's not even a real war. The war is the media pretending that something's really going on. Remember those words. The war is the media pretending that things are actually going on. Nothing's going on. They're just saying it's going on so things can become shifted. Serge Two from Lebanon. I'm pretty new to your channel. Thoughts on current state of politics and the direction of our country is headed. Okay, let me think about this. We can go down the rabbit hole on this for a long, long time. I've been studying all this stuff for over a decade. Current state of politics. It's hard for me to answer this, not because I don't know, but because I don't know how much you know and how much you'll comprehend. I'm not liberal and I don't get offended by anything at all. And it's not even that. I'm not even thinking you're getting offended. It's just, what if I were to tell you that politics didn't exist and it's all an illusion? Because it's all individualistic. Now, yes, there are groups of people doing things, but it doesn't make it real. It means that they have their grasp on the airwaves and what we listen to and see and stuff like that. Like, it's not real. They just have the weaponry and the manpower to get things done that they want for their agendas. There are no wings. It's just either comply or get locked up or get shunned or die. That's what it boils down to. Uh, what is the worst album to you? That's why I'm not political. I love discussing politics, geopolitics. I feel like so the UN stands for United Nations, so they want to unite all the nations, right? So they want to get everyone vaccinated, which yeah, the shirt's backwards because of the camera, but you can read between the lines. They want to have one world government, one world religion, one world economy, one world education system, one world medical system, one world payment system, which goes back to monetary stuff, banks, one world central bank. So they have to cause all this division and stuff to where everyone's so confused and in fear that they just comply to whatever comes next, like wearing masks and jabbing yourself with something that's only been out for a year. Oh no, there's shortages on the vaccines, and how the freak are they giving 500 million out to the rest of the planet? Get out of here. Okay. I've had to leave media alone. They were making me crazy. Sometimes I'm liberal. See, you keep putting. Oh, sorry. I thought he was saying that. Don't talk about this liberal, conservative, right wing, right winger, left winger, leftist. At the end of the day, let's say if those parties did exist, not everyone's a clone of each other. If 3 people are leftist, that doesn't mean that they all share the same stuff. Your opinion on infinite genders? There isn't infinite genders. There's male and female. Okay, yeah, there's people born with defects and people born without eggs or ovaries and stuff like that. They're the anomalies of this world. But at the end of the day, your chromosomes cannot be altered. You're born with the XXYY, whatever. You're a boy or a girl. That's pretty much it. None of that his Z LGBT, let God burn them, QIX, LMNOP, QRS 123 17, Zeta, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Epsilon, blah, blah, blah. None of that matters. It's all confusion. It's all to make men into sissies and girls into men. And that's about it. It's another thing to complain about to divide us further. Blah, blah, blah. That's what it is. Division, divide and conquer. I'm offended because you're not offended by what I'm offended by. It's a joke. You're not offended by that? What? Society is sick. Sick is society. Emphasis on adjacent. Triggered. Another thing. You're black, I hate you. You're white, I hate you. You're Chinese, I hate you. See the Chinese things going on? It ain't real. It's George Soros paying people to cause these riots. George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Sandy Hook, all the school shooters and all this stuff. You don't even know 100% if any of it even happened. You weren't there, and even if you were there, it could have been a hologram. Let me go get my tinfoil hat. Like, seriously. Religions separating us. People's choices. People accepting things. You like Burger King? Ugh, McDonald's is so much better. Ugh, I will never talk to you again. Because you eat at Chipotle and not Taco Bell or Del Taco or whatever the heck you're from. You're triggered? See, things don't trigger me. But I lied because things do trigger me, but not in that way. The triggering is just the depression side of it. How sad it is. How people can be so stupid. How people can be so dumb. How people can be so brainwashed, right? And I'm not talking about like me saying it's majority of people. No, I'm talking about on the one-on-one individual comment sections, individual basis. Me speaking to people specifically. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not saying that people that I don't speak to aren't like that either, but I'm not going to be uh, like biased toward only the people that I talk to or not talk to. Yes, majority of the world is messed up in my opinion. I can't prove that though. Although I see the world around me and how it's turning into, so I can assume it. It's hard to explain. People should. Hold on, what? My sister paid me back. Cool. If you're watching this, Jody, thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. People should read Propaganda by Edward Bernays. He was the father of propaganda and outlined it all. Propaganda makes us blind. I've been sitting in my car and waiting for my girl. Yeah, just nonchalantly just saying song lyrics that kind of goes hand in hand or relevant with what we're talking about. I don't buy into any of it though, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna die. So why waste my time with all this stuff? I'm gonna expose stuff. I'm gonna talk about stuff, but I'm not gonna feed into what they say. I haven't put a mask on once since COVID started at all. I haven't put one on. Honestly. Even before March 2020. But since March 2020, I have not put a mask on. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not buying into, like, their stuff. I'm not. They can kill me. I don't even care if they kill me. I don't care. Because I'm going to die anyway, so I don't care if they kill me. Because I don't want to live in a world where I'm a slave to what they say. Screw them. And now who is they? Well, when you turn that TV on and you hear those things about what they want you to do, that's the they. That's the they. Screw them. Predictive programming is really interesting stuff. It is. The Simpsons and all this stuff. But you can't do anything about it. You're stuck. Literally stuck. Predestination, can't change things. You can only live forward and do the best that you can do. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a comforter, and if you threw a party, invite everyone you knew. My mother used to always watch the Golden Girls. Whatever. I survived two mass shootings at Fort Hood. The first was rather terrifying. The second, a friend lost her daughter at the school shooting by Houston. So those two are definitely real. You heard gunshots, right? But did you like? And okay, just because I made it seem like none of this stuff happened doesn't make me think that it didn't happen. I just think it was staged to happen. Do you believe that they have to show us what they're going to do before they can? Yes. Wait, they do it to sort of say their hands are clean? No, their hands definitely ain't clean. They feel it's the Luciferian belief. They feel like their plans will come to fruition if they give you a warning. Yeah, they show us what's planned because they know we can't do nothing about it. And also, it's because Book Revelation, right? Revelations. What does revelation mean? To reveal, right? God will never let things happen that isn't supposed to be revealed and shown and to happen. So we will be held without excuse come judgment day because of certain things. I know their hands are clean, but wondering if they believe that since they're showing. No, I don't think they believe that because you have to understand the definition between good and bad in order to have that notion of if their hands are clean. Because they want to show it beforehand to make their hands clean, that means they're using dirty hands to do certain things. It's not going to wash away what they're doing. If they simply just stop doing it, then their hands could be clean, sort of. If Jesus Christ cleanses their sin with his blood, he can forgive sins. But ultimately, we're all dirty. Everything we do is of filthy rags, even our good deeds. Because at the end of the day, we still have that carnal mindset. We're still constantly battling between our flesh and our spirit and what we're going to do. It's up to us to choose if we're going to give in or not. Well, I watched porn all these years. I might as well keep going. I'm going to go to hell anyway. That's the issue. It's that premeditative state of perpetual sin and trying to justify it. You got to stop. And not just inappropriate stuff that you can watch on the internet or whatever, but just a lot of things. Well, I've been smoking. Like, so my mother, how do I put it? Like, see, I was adopted, but I do know my real mother, but she's, yeah, whatever. My adopted mother passed back in 2013 for metastatic lung cancer, but she smoked since she was 9 years old. So like she just kept falling into that trap. Didn't no one could tell her anything. She had oxygen tubes in her nose, right? And she was still smoking, and it freaking burned her face. Like, and even that, I'll never smoke again. And then like 2 days later, back to smoking, just with a burnt face. She just knew to take the oxygen mask off. Like just stupid. But like that's the thing. Like it's a funny story. It's funny. It's like some slapstick comedy kind of thing, something you would see in a movie. But she did it to herself. Let me see what the comments are now. Because they're starting to come. My soldier shot dude in head. I don't believe they're. We know they're driving us toward a one world government, but what do you think their end game is? What's the point of having a one world government, one world order? What would that accomplish with that? It's simple. No, it's fine. I'm not saying it for sympathy or empathy or whatever the word is. I'm saying it just because like it's a choice. It's a choice for people to. And some people are so wrapped up in their stuff that they're willing to die for what they're willing to die for what's already killing them. It's not like she just died of cancer without knowing it. She knew for a couple of years that she had it. She just screw it. No. The goal is your soul. Your soul. That's the goal. The devil is clever. The devil knows his time is short. He, like all of us, for the most part, when we're depressed and miserable, what is the one thing misery loves the most? Company. So he hates us so much that he's willing to lie to us, split up families, do all these things, have people believe that it's okay to get abortions and all this stuff, right? That's what they're doing. But to have this one world government, it's like, okay, you want to enter into the New World Order? Well, you have to pledge your allegiance to the Luciferian system, to the Antichrist system, to the beast system. then you're welcome. You can come on in. If you don't, we have no use for you. You're a threat. You're getting people to wake up. We're going to end your life. We're going to behead you. Got to take that mark of the beast to live. But the Bible says clearly, the ones that try to save their life shall lose it. But the ones that lose their life for the sake of Jesus Christ, basically, that's the life that they'll find. What do people need to do to stop them? You can't. No, 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 no. There is no stopping them. What you can do is lean on your own salvation with fear and trembling, and expose and preach the gospel to all creation, to hopefully get them to understand and have them do the same thing. Be a fisher of men, be a fisher of mankind, and get people to influence people to stop sinning and to live, to do the will of their Father up in heaven, which is what Christ did while he was roaming the earth, to get people to turn away from their sin. Because if you die in your sin, that's it for you. See, hell was reserved for the devil and his followers, his angels. Well, you're either a son of God or you're sons of the devil. So you will share your fate in the lake of fire with him. That's what it's about. So they cause all this confusion and chaos, and you're born into a system that they have controlled, and it's mainly everyone's after sin. Like, this world's upside down. It's all about what's good and what's bad, right? Good is bad and bad is good. Wow, she's bad. Why would you want someone bad? In someone's mind, that means good, right? Attractive. Why does it have to be bad? She's a baddie. Wow. Or like, he's a bad boy. I like him. I want to be with him. He's bad. Exactly. Um, Same with video games, same with music, same with movies. There has to be conflict, there has to be violence. This game sucks. There's no violence in it. Well, what game doesn't have violence anymore? Even in sports. If it's not physical violence with blood and guts and gore, it's just competitiveness. I'm going to beat you. I'm better than you. Competitiveness, that's part of the dividing and conquering. I have to be better than you. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. Just little animals fighting each other and capturing them and being the best and getting all the, like, even the stuff that seems so innocent. You're a freaking little yellow animal with red cheeks shocking things. Like, come on. Seems like they've infiltrated a lot of religious. The Catholic Church is the synagogue of Satan, the Vatican. God, you guys are just, you're throwing stuff to see what I'll say. You're probably eating popcorn, cracking up on my responses and stuff like that. Put me on this list for them to freaking kill me first for exposing all this. Whatever. Die for Christ. Do not fear the one that can just kill the body. Fear the one that can kill the body and the soul and throw it into hell. Remember that. Yeah, exactly. And I grew up on Pokemon, trust me. But the point I'm trying to make is everything that's glorified is what's bad for you. It's, just 50 Shades of Grey. A yellow rat with red cheeks on a piece of cardboard costs $400,000. Basically, I mean, money's an illusion. That's the thing. Like, people put value on things that don't matter. Not at all. I'm interested in other ideas because I have my own on these topics. I'm always looking to learn something. Oh, I'm always going to promote stuff that's on a biblical standpoint. Now, getting back to the Catholic religion, right? The thing I'll preface by saying this. To believe in Christ is to abolish religion. Well, what do you mean? Because isn't Christianity religion? It's a relationship. No, 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 no. Money is not evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money itself. Money is a tool. Money is a great thing it's a great system. Bartering, exchanging money for things. It's what helps keep the system going. That's fine. But it's loving it. Like McDonald's, I'm loving it, even though we know McDonald's is killing you slowly every day when you eat it because of all the crap. And that's another topic, though. The love of money is the root to all evil. Exactly. So you get it. And I'm not going to try to lead you guys astray. I don't care if there's one person here or a million. And everything I say, though, take it with a grain of salt because I'm not intentionally misleading or trying to lead people astray or anything. But this is just based, like, if we lean onto our own understanding, we're always going to fail. So I'm just trying to do it on a biblical principle. No, I get the apple slices. Those apple slices aren't even real. I mean, they're really apples. Number one, they're genetically modified apples. Number two, they bleach them to keep them white when they cut them. Number three, they use some type of dye to keep that the red on the apples red. Number four, preservatives and packed with stuff to keep them fresh longer. I can keep going. And if you're going to McDonald's for apple slices, there's something wrong with you. You can just go to the store and buy apples. I've always liked the saying, I may be wrong, but I'm not lying. But you could be lying without knowing it. You don't intend on lying. As I was sarcastically saying that, my bad. It's all good. And you can be sarcastic, but yeah, it's cool that you clarified it. Because I literally was like, okay, you're going in for apple slices, interesting. So getting back to it, people love to hate and people hate to love. Period. That's why the news is full of hate. Hate, 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 hate. Yeah, they may sprinkle a good thing here and there to throw you off, but generally you turn on news, it's evil, it's bad. Well, friend, my phone is at 3%, so I'm gonna catch you later. No. Alright, well, it was my pleasure. Pleasure was mine. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. Have a fantastic night. Speak with me again soon. And stay happy, healthy, and humble. See you in the next one. Damn, it's darn it. This is getting good, and my phone's about to die. I didn't get as good as you wanted to get. But if your phone's dying, maybe that's something for you to not have so much in your mind at once. Let it simmer, and we'll talk again. Bye, Ryan. Because your name's Ryan also. God willing, I'll catch you next time. I could be dead. They're planning on getting me. If you don't see me again, that's why. He just underbite. I hate it. You ever watch? Yes, and that's what's funny that you bring them up because see, she would be Sori, and then her husband would be Vin. I'm kidding, Ryan. Because you know she's white and he's black. Yeah, the only thing about them is like, have you ever? I'll answer that in a second, Jeff. I got your 6. Cool. Get my 7. I know Vin and Sori, I've watched some of the reactions, but they go on like 40, 50 minutes of like talking about it, which is cool. But I ain't got. That's not even. I don't have time for it. But I just want to see the reaction for the song and then dip, go to the next one, or watch a different reactor. Yeah, I watch so many reaction channels. Mr. Video, which, him getting high on stream like that's like, Stevie Knight, of course, No Life Shack. AMP reacts if you like metal. Galactic Criminal. I've been watching them for years. Ruben Boyge, whatever. Ruben Baj, but it's like Buij. What other reactors? Alex Hefner. AMA reacts, even though he just finally came back, which is interesting. Drop Z spilling the tea. I liked her. She was cool. Although she was talked too sexual and about weird, nasty stuff. But I would watch her reaction. She's been gone for over a year. I don't know what happened to her. Jimmy and Mike reacts or J&M reacts. They've been gone for like 9 months now too, which is kind of weird. Weeaboo, rings a bell. Who's the one guy? I'm still Dante or something. Screwface John, Screwface Gene, whatever. Who else? Crypt. Knox Hill. Simba the God, which I should have what's the word? Emphasized it. Because she's not a god, she's a person. Who else? Other reactors. So many reactors, though. So many. Sheesh. Just Nick Nocturnal in general. He's an awesome guitarist. But yeah, I do know Vin and Sori. Lost in Hollywood. D. Gibby or Devin Gibson. Gibby Gang. Like, he talks about Christ, but I know it was me that made him change. Because he used to say, Liddy 6, uh, these, Liddy 6, it'll rhyme with Liddy, these, but I'm not going to say that. He would always say that. And then one day I called him out on it. And then, like, he made it seem like it was something, but then, like, the next day and from all that, he would say Liddy 6 Gibby. So he changed it. And I know that's because of me. I know it's because of me. Because the timing's too perfect when I called him out on it. He'll never admit to it. He'll never talk about me, but I know the Holy Spirit convicted him that day when I'm like, why are you saying that? Liddy 6, you know what I'm saying. Feels like all you guys are gone. If I'm not going to get a comment in the next 40 seconds, I'm ending the stream. Jeff, to answer your question about paranormal experiences, yes. But I wouldn't consider them ghosts. I would consider them God giving me warnings. Yeah, exactly. That's why I read it and I was like a better answer. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Synchronicity is nuts in my life. Seeing like repetition in numbers. Liddy 6 Gibby, but he would say, but before that though, he would say Liddy 6. Now rhyme Liddy with this, with these. Biddy, kitty. I'm not gonna say the word, but you know what I'm saying. I made him switch it to Liddy 6 Gibby. I know I did, because when I called him out. Or I'll say Liddy 6 to Liddy without the L. There, that's the loophole. Liddy 6 to Liddy, but without the you get what I'm saying. I just don't want to say it. So, synchronicity is prevalent in my life. People guessing stuff about me that I never met. And I'm not going to get into specifics because that's going to bring it into fruition. But just random stuff. Or, I'll say one. I'll say one because it's part of my testimony. So, before I had my first vehicle, I was doing my marathon training. And I was like walking down this road. I've always run on this road, but it wasn't like a highway road. It was just like a back road, just a back road, right? And 100% true story. I don't care if you believe it. I was walking because I got tired of running for a bit, and I was thinking about like the car I was gonna get, and I was like, I wonder if I can get the name Jesus on my license plate. God is my witness. I got a picture too. Only one car drove past, and on the back it had Jesus on the license plate. Period. When I seen them, my eyes went boom, and I ran as hard as I could to go home to tell like my family. But my family, they're not believers. They don't even care. But that woke me the heck up. The odds. It's like the thought literally, and it's not a joke. The thought left my head, and the car drove past. And this is true too, because actually, if you go on as I have videos of me running on my channel outside of using a GoPro, and I don't have, of course I wouldn't, right? That's part of the synchronicity. But on that same road, if you keep going down, there's a fake, like someone like created like a sign, like kind of like a street sign, but it says almost heaven on it, and it's still there. It says almost heaven, but it's nuts. It's nuts. That's just one thing. I'll say another one. So we would always order from two different pizza places. And I'll save it for another time, but I'll say this story. But my wife, but I'm going to say my ex-wife, but it's not my ex-wife, but it isn't. It isn't through God, but it is through, because we signed divorce papers. We got a divorce decree, but under the eyes of God, we're still considered married because we're still alive. Like, if I die, she's free from me. If she dies, look, it's the devil trying to get to me, trying to mess up my freaking voice. Um, if she dies, I'm not bound to her. If I die, she's not bound to me. Anyway, my wife, but even then, she was just my girlfriend slash kid's mother, whatever. She was upstairs. One of the kids was upstairs. The pizzas came, and I took the pizza that she normally eats upstairs, and then the other pizza I had downstairs. Two different pizza places. And then, so one of the kids were upstairs, and one of the other kids was downstairs, and I was explaining the importance of prayer before eating. And I was like, I'm gonna sum it up, but the story's almost over anyway, so it's not really even a summary. So I was like, praying before you eat's important because not only are there people out there that wish that they can have a meal, so you should appreciate that God gave you a meal, but you also don't know what's in the food. You don't know how it can harm you. You don't know what is done to it. So pray for safety, and also pray for just that being humble, humility, being humble for having a meal. And as I'm praying and saying the importance of it, my wife, girlfriend at the time, whatever, ex now or whatever, was like, Ryan, get up here. Get upstairs right now. I'm like, oh, come on. I'm just trying to eat. What is going on here? So I go upstairs. She shows me the pizza. There were staples in the pizza, like little staples, right? There was a few of them in there. She was like, there's staples in the pizza. And I was like, what? I was like, and it's funny because I was just explaining the importance of praying before eating because you don't know what's going to be in the food. Boom. And that was the only time it ever happened. Only time. In the over 10 years we've known each other and over the hundreds of pizzas we ordered. Only time. It's not fake either. Like it wasn't a dream. The only thing that I could say is like most people could just say, what a coincidence. No, it's not. There is no coincidences in life. Everything that happens is recorded. Everything you say is recorded. Everything. Remember that. Everything. Everything's already been done too. Because since God's eternal, He already sees the future. He sees everything. That means He already knows the outcome. So with that in mind, that doesn't mean free will is not real. It just means that you are watching it unfold, but you're still choosing. And he'll throw his own seeds. But it's still up to you to believe if you want to believe it's a coincidence or if it was God sending a message through numbers, words, experiences. Most people, again, are just going to say, what a coincidence. It could just happen. Maybe somebody, before they closed the box, a few just fell off the table inside of it. It doesn't matter what happened. The fact is we were talking about it, the only time we were ever talking about it, and it happened. Same with the license plate thing. Jesus was on the license plate of the guy driving. And I know I can go through one of my external hard drives and I can show you the picture. Oh yeah, I order from that place all the time. We ordered so many times before that. And even though like we moved houses since then, but we didn't move too far. We moved like maybe two or maybe 2 miles. I would say no more than three, maybe yeah, 3 miles away. And the pizza, like they'll still deliver here, and it never happened again. We never even called about it. We just took the staples down. We ate it. No, we didn't. Just because the reason why is because I felt like it was for a reason anyway. Once taking the staples out, we just ate it and nothing happened. It was just a few in there. Probably just an honest mistake. And also, I learned if you yeah, maybe to complain and get your money back. Never complain, because you will get food coming back that's even worse than what you originally complained about. Never complain. It was a feta spinach, feta cheese spinach. When you asking what toppings? Yeah, besides staples. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, feta spinach. So it's kind of like a white pizza, but it didn't. I don't. Did it have? It might have had the tomatoes on it. Yeah, never complain. You go to a fast food. Like I don't eat fast food particularly, but if slash when I did, if something came back wrong, hey, they got my money. That's fine. I'm like, if I complain, I either expect a refund or I'm just gonna walk out the door because I'm or whatever else. Like the girl who literally shoved the hot dog up somewhere where the sun don't shine and put it right on the bun and put ketchup over it. You can see that video. And other stuff. And that's not why I don't complain. I mean that is why, but that's not the reason why. at the beginning because that happened after. I just knew not to complain. I don't know if you ever had things like this happen, but I wasn't paying attention to synchronicities or anything and missed the signs. Well, because you weren't meant to get those signs yet. Seek and you'll find. I'm gonna tell you this. I guarantee in a week something's gonna happen to you. Maybe not physically, but something in your mind's gonna click, and you will come back saying, "Oh, you were right. I can't believe it. You're not gonna believe it." I guarantee. This is entertaining, but I gotta go to bed. Cheers, you guys. Good night. All right, Mr. Harvey. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. Have a fantastic night. See you in the next stream. And yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 12 minutes. Crazy. Peace. I'll have my hair done next time. It's literally ponytailed up. Literally. And curly as heck. Because I didn't do it. I run so much that, like, any sweat's going to scrunkle it up, sprinkle it, scrunchy, whatever, scrunch it up. So I'm just going on natural with it, whatever. But I do like my hair being straight. I always like that style. If my hair was just straight, like an Indian or like Pocahontas. Were you religious before that experience? Again, it's not religion, man. It's relationship. And yeah, I believed beforehand. It's just those confirmations help keep the faith because a lot of times the devil will kind of like influence you to slip. Yeah, you've been doing real good, Ryan. You've been doing good. God ain't gonna be mad at you. Just drink that one time, or smoke that one cigarette, or sleep with that girl, or whatever. So it's like, no. But then, just God showing His presence, like, to really get you to like, because life is so interesting, right? That you can believe people will like drop at a dime, like drop like a dime for certain things. Like people will sell their own parents for like stuff, even though their parents are loyal to them. So you just got to be really careful, like real careful with what you represent and stand for. And don't jump ship just because things get hard. Stick with the faith because the Bible says that the ones that endure till the end shall be saved. You got to endure until the mother freaking end. Like I wake up in like heat sweats, like super aroused, I'll say, to where I just want to pull my phone out, put on something I shouldn't watch, do my thing, and fall back to sleep. When that happens, I'm like, oh, it's the enemy attacking, and I gotta fight it. Have I given into it millions of times before? Yes, I have. I've taken months off and then relapsed. But this time, it's been like 3 weeks. I know it's messed up. I'm being honest, though. 3 weeks or so, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I mean it. Life is too short. It's not worth it. And yes, I get tempted all the time. Because, we're guys. We get, like, super, we just want to release, whether it's to our own selves or to an actual person. But that lust and all that's just temptation, and it's not beneficial. And then you feel the guilt and the shame and the despair afterwards. You feel good for 10 to 20 seconds, feel that rush, and then it's over. It's like it's just not. And then God's sitting there like, come on, bro. What are you doing? I didn't pick my nose. I scratched right here. My beard and mustache be getting itchy. It's that sweat. And it's also, I think it's like someone's talking about me. And I don't really believe in superstitions. Wait, what? Have you noticed change in your life since your faith? Of course. It's better because I feel more guided and more grounded and more safe. And I don't want to consider this a con or worse, but it is. But the devil will attack you a lot more. See, the devil ain't going to attack you when you're living right because he got you exactly where he wants you to. It's like a girl. If you're with a girl and you want certain things from her or you want her to listen, you're going to be more nitpicky. You're going to be more in her face. You're going to be more clingy to get what you want. But the minute she starts complying and being in line and giving what you want, you could step back a bit because she's doing it. But then the minute she stops, and you gotta go back in, and get her to come back. And it's just like the enemy. He'll do the same exact thing, but he's more clever when it comes to it. He's more subtle. He's patient because he knows his time is short, but he's patient to get you. He's going to drag you down with him. Yeah, my life has changed. More confidence, more just feeling safe, you know? If you're in God's hands, who can remove you from it? I'm going to crossroad my belief. What would you say to someone in my position? Seek God with all your mind, heart, and soul, and he will deliver his end of the bargain. He will show you that he exists. And it's like a muscle, right? Your muscle ain't going to grow itself. You have to work at it. You have to break it down. Sometimes you have to go against your own comfort levels. You have to exercise it. And how do you exercise your faith? Open your Bible and read it. Pray all the time. Don't just be a weekend warrior. Don't just go to church on Sunday and then mess up the whole week. Physically realize that you are born as a sinner, like we all are, but you must be born again. You must throw down yourself, cash yourself out, deny yourself, put on your armor of God, your helmet of salvation, and carry your cross every single day. Do not give in. And also think of it logically. If there was no God, morals wouldn't exist. There would be no such thing as right. There would be no such thing as wrong. But you know deep in your heart things that are right and wrong. Period. But if God didn't exist, then that would just be you confusing yourself, because it would all be opinion based. There would be no external, eternal source to dictate the laws of everything. The sun being in the right spot to where we don't freeze and we don't burn up, we stay warm. The stars being up there, plants, seeds, water, oxygen for us to breathe. Is that by chance, or is it maybe something greater than us actually decided to create that? You can't have creation without creator. Think about that. How do you have nothing? How would nothing create everything? Think about it. Think about the Big Bang. How is it possible? Because with God, all things are possible. But how could you even imagine nothing? What is nothing? Pitch black? Then that's something. It's black. It's something. Think about it. Does that make sense? Something had to have created all of this. I say to pray on the daily, read at least the New Testament, but also look up the 10 Commandments, in which, by the way, if each person followed all 10, we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in. Because people wouldn't steal, people wouldn't murder, people wouldn't lie, people wouldn't be jealous of other people's stuff, people wouldn't try to cheat on each other, there would be no one breaking into people's houses, you can keep the doors unlocked, people wouldn't be trying to steal his or her husbands and wives and strive for things that don't matter. There's no question that the commandments, if everyone followed them, the world would go back into utopia. But that ain't gonna happen. People love to hate and people hate to love. Sin is out there and people makes sense. I watch channels like Christ Forgiveness with David. David Lynn, Dory Love, but he seems to be more of like a Trinitarian, so I don't really watch him as much. But yeah, David Lynn, Philip Blair. Let me see what else she said because the chat goes away. Open Air Outreach. I don't remember who that is, but don't listen to Marcus Rogers at all. Living Waters. I know Ray Comfort. At the beginning, he's riding the bike with the dog, and he's the older gent, and he follows the same routine, but it works. Oh, so you're a lying, blasphemous, adulterer at heart. You're a lying, thieving, murderer at heart. Will you go to heaven or hell when you die? Do you trust the parachute when jumping out of a plane? Yeah, I watched a lot of his stuff. Open air arch. Oh, you're talking. You're talking about yeah, Jesse Morrill. Jesse Morrill, right? He's a Trinitarian too. Though you got to be careful. There is no Trinity, and I hate like. And now I'm gonna because when I see all these Christian like channels, and they all have different ideologies or theology or whatever. They have different yeah. They all have different beliefs when it comes to certain things and different doctrines. That when I hear them, it's just like, well, I believe in this one, so that instantly makes me disregard that one. So I'd kind of be doing the same thing if I said the Trinity's not real, then that might shut you off from me if you are Trinitarian or if you believe in it. So it's very hard. But I'll say it like this: there's one God. There's not three separate persons. It's one God. So that's why I don't. And the Trinity's not in the Bible. Well, the likeness of the Trinity's in there. The Godhead. No, like just one God. One God. That's it. Yeah, God might have many different names, but one God. And then Jesus Christ is the mediator between the Father and man. But basically, Jesus Christ is God in the flesh. Well, then how is he the Son of God? I mean, he created his only begotten Son, but like the flesh though. So God putting himself in man. I mean, God can have different roles, but either way, it's still one God, one Holy Spirit, driven by the Holy Spirit. I don't know what to think about the Trinity. I do know it's not in the Bible, but I've heard some of the arguments for it and against it. Not sure where. I'm against it, but I believe in the Father, I believe in the Son, and I believe in the Holy Spirit. Yeah, I'm pointing three, you could say Trinity, but it's still one. It's still one. I'm gonna put my middle finger over that would be funny. But it's still one. And then like flick off those Trinitarians. But they're saying like because here's why. Because it's Roman Catholicism, but they're like God the Father, God the Son. There is no God the Son in the Bible. It's Son of God. See that they twist. The devil twists. So getting back to Catholicism, they're not following the Bible. They're praying to the rosary. The Bible says not to do that, to not pray to any graven molten images. They're kissing the feet of statues. And even if Mary was meant to be glorified, it's the fact that it's not Mary, it's a statue. It's a statue. That picture of Caesar Borgia, aka that white Jesus you see in your grandma's house or whatever. No. Jesus, for one, Jesus wasn't white. And I'm not saying that because I'm mixed. I'm saying because those people weren't white in those nations back then. But that's not even the point. The point is, even if Jesus was white, we don't know who Jesus really, like, we don't know what he looked like. So they're making these pictures and stuff. And then, putting the hand down up here and one up here. The devil does that kind of stuff. And then having, like, the little heart with the thorns around the heart and the flame. Symbolism. That's number two. Number three, calling man father. The Bible speaks against calling man father. So why are they going into those confession booths and doing that? Number four, just them raping little boys and all this stuff. Number five, how rich, like it's number one, it's like the richest organization in the world, right? Right? So like, or at least religious organization. The all these starving kids, but the Pope sits on a golden freaking throne with a staff. Like, what is that? He looks like the evil monster. And what's messed up is the Vatican. They finally released something like saying that they're gonna try to punish. They're gonna try to help adults that were sexually victimized. Why the freak are they just saying adults when it's the children? It's the children that are the ones getting abused. They admit that. Like it's utter bullcrap. What was said? What was said? Okay. What does make me angry though is it's blatantly obvious attacking Christianity. It's being attacked from all sides. Academia, Hollywood media, they never attack other. Yeah, they're not attacking Harry Potter. You're not saying people in different countries that profess their faith in Christ getting beheaded for Harry Potter. No, it's the Bible. You have a Bible in North Korea, you getting killed. Why? If it ain't real, why the freak do they care? Why? Because it is real, and the Bible even says about persecution. That's why I believe. If they're so hell bent on people not believing, but if it's not real, why the freak is the Bible? Um, it's like a self fulfilling prophecy. It's not real, right? So why are they persecuting? But the Bible says that they would do that. Ta da! Yeah, I get irate about it, and there's no reason for me to get irate about it because it says it in there. So it's just because it's like I'm analyzing the stupidity on these people, how dumb they could be to just be so mesmerized by Satan. It's so crazy. It doesn't lead to a happy ending. It leads to the most terrifying, horriblest ending in all existence. All existence. Our belief system or belief systems, they never criticize anything but Christianity. Christianity is the last stand for our world. If they destroy, everything falls. But in the Bible, the world is going to burn in flames anyway. So it's literally meant to happen that way regardless. So yes, if Christianity somehow gets swallowed by all this stuff, it's because the Bible says it would. It doesn't say that exactly because Christ cannot be destroyed. But just the end of the world happening anyway, the end of civilization, the New World Order. And it's not to attack it because it's not real. Remember these words, remember this good because in the future it may help you. It's to get people to discredit it and disregard it and to be afraid to believe in it because they won't be considered cool or, or they'll be shunned from society. That's why. It's being attacked so people don't stand for it. That's honestly why. That's why, because the devil, and I said it before, wants your soul. That's all he cares about since the beginning of time. When God said he wanted to make humans pretty much better than the angels, higher than the angels, Satan hated that. He hated it. He hated it so much that he turned to hating God and turned to hating humans. So he wants you dead. And not only does he want you dead, he wants you to suffer with him because, again, misery loves company. He has no chance. He has no chance to repent. He has no more chances to do anything. So this is the only thing he has left is to stick up his middle. Like he's like falling into the volcano with a bunch of souls that he captured, which is like the millions of people that followed him throughout the course of history. While he has a big middle finger up, that's my ring finger, up to God while he's getting swallowed into that lake of fire. That's it. Which is stupid because once he's in there, that middle finger is going to go become toast and he's just forever just toast. But that's all. That's it. That's all he can do. Because then I started to think about it. I'm like, wow. What if I was the devil? Or what if I knew I was going to a place of eternal suffering forever? What would I do for my last stand? I probably want people to come with me too. So I get it, and it's so crazy. It's crazy. So I can only thank God that I'm not in that position. Although I could be if I follow the devil, because I'll be just like him. I'll be a son of his, and then I will share my same fate and follow the same daily routine of suffering. It's deep, and we'll be without excuse come Judgment Day, because we chose to worship the devil and live the way he wants us to live. And that's why no girl's worth it. No amount of sin, nothing that this world can provide you is worth it, period. Nothing. Because even the Bible says, what shall a man profit if he gains the entire world yet loses his soul or loses his salvation? What? Nothing. If you could be offered a quad, no, not even, no, there's no limit. A credit card never expires and has unlimited money. No limit for your soul. And you're granted even 5,000 years to live. Is it worth it? No. Because in those 5,000 years of you spending and this and that, bye-bye for the next 5 quadrillion infinities. So that's my advice for you, to think about that kind of stuff. Because if you're right, I'm good. If I'm right, you ain't good. Meaning, if God doesn't exist, then I guess I'm not, there's no, like, I'm not going to hell because there wouldn't be a hell to put me. But if I'm right and you're wrong, that's hell to pay. Eternity's too long to be wrong, period. So I risk it over an orgasm or over a girl or over money or over whatever. Why? What's it going to do for you? Can't take it with you. And even if you could, you can't enjoy it. You're burning forever. You're separated from God. Our belief system, they never okay, yeah. I've seen rabbis also who spit whenever they mention Christ's name or her, because they are, see, the devil masquerades as like an angel of light. People believe Catholic religion and all that is like light. They're wearing like white robes and it's gold and it's this and all these followers. Well, there you go. That you're masquerading as an angel of light. For them to spit and act up, they're not worshiping Christ. In fact, the Pope said that either he said Jesus sinned, he said something like all paths lead to God, or accepting the homosexual agenda. That right there is telling. The Bible says clearly we shall know them by their fruit, the fruit of their labor. What fruit that they're producing. Fruit means what they're producing from their work. Fruit means work. Basically, like, well, the outcome of the work. Come on. You don't even have to even type that. Of course. Of course. Of course. I wasn't born yesterday. I know. They're trying to normalize, and I don't want to say legalize, but eventually they'll come. They're trying to normalize pedophilia, bestiality, everything that's perverted and sick and twisted. It runs rampant in the church, and they never do anything. Bingo, because they allow it, because they're the ones doing it. It's in Hollywood, it's in all these places, of course. Ruin the child, so he grows up to be ruining other people, to be wicked. That's it. That is literally it. They want you dead. They want your soul. Remember, your time is ticking, bro. You could die tomorrow, you could die next week. You probably won't, but compared to eternity, the next 100 years is like tomorrow. Because in 100 years, you still have a quadrillion, billion, googillion, chameleon, chillion, billion, trillion, billion, whatever, to go. You get it. And not only that, even if you live to be 100, you're not living really 100 years. Your body might be, your mind might be, but your consciousness isn't. Because you spend the first like 7 or 8 years unconscious, really not understand what's going on. And then even whenever you become self-aware at like 8, 9 years old, then when you hit 12, 13, it flew. And then you're in school for a lot of that time. And then when you're 15, 16, 17 and up, you're working, you're going to college, you're doing this and that. And then on top of all that, you're also sleeping. So out of 100 years, maybe you're living 30, maybe 30 years, a third of that lifespan just being conscious and awake. And I mean, even now, like, I'm not claiming I'm wasting time because I'm doing the will of my Father right now. I'm preaching, basically. And I don't feel like I'm qualified to preach because I intentionally sin all the time and it's messed up, but I'm honest enough to say it and I'm trying. I want to stop completely. I feel like you have to be specially qualified in order, because if the blind leads the blind, you all fall into the ditch. And I don't want to mislead people. I don't want anyone's blood to be on my hands because of false information biblically. I don't want that. So I'm going based on what the Bible says, and I'm using my own little bro science behind it, if you want to call it that, my own personal experience to why I believe it and why it makes sense to me. That's the seeds I'm planting, and hopefully God will provide the increase for you. That's it. The devil will tell you 99 truths just to get you to believe that one lie, but that one lie is fatal. Thanks for the chat, brother. Really appreciate it. I gotta run. We'll be back in the next stream. All right, brother. You're amazing. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. I'm sure you're feeling convicted right now, which is why you want to dip, but that's okay. I'm probably wrong, but if I'm right, then hey, just start reading and pray. And I'm gonna get off too. It's been 2 hours 30. Wow, time. I just said 2 hours 12 minutes. Now it's already 2 hours 36. That's crazy. Peace, bro.